He's a bad beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a bad beast on that barbecue.
They're like a blue moon mango wheat. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Today we're going to be cooking on the Kamado Joe, Big Joe 3 again today. And we're going to be cooking a 2.5 pound Angus beef brisket, okay? I've been having this in the freezer for a couple of months now. I didn't use the food saver to vacuum seal it, so it had started to get a little bit of freezer burn on it, so I went and pulled it out the freezer, thawed it out overnight, and put it in the fridge, and now we'll go ahead and put it on the Kamado Joe and see if it comes out okay, all right? So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be using Tsangs Szechuan spicy sauce as our binder, okay? And we're gonna be using as our rub salty steer. Now this was sent to me by Joe Inskeep. This is his rub, salty steer. He sent this back to me back in July before I had my shoulder surgery, and I have not been able to really use this. I did taste this, it tastes pretty good. So I think in combination with the Szechuan spicy sauce as a binder and this salty steer going on beef, I think it'll all work out well. So this has a little bit of fat on it, a little bit of silver skin. Let's go ahead and prep this, go ahead and get it seasoned. The Kamado Joe is already heated up around 240, 250 degrees. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy cracking. All right, so here's our 2.5 pound, actually it's about 2 3/4 pound beef Angus brisket. It's got a little silver skin on it, so we're going to try to take some of this top silver skin off. Actually, it's pretty clean, to be honest with you. The silver skin off. It's not a whole lot of it, but could make it a little chewy. Okay, we'll get this little line of fat out here. See how deep that vein goes. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Let's get this one. Yep, that's cool. All right, so we're gonna trim off our edge here. All right, and we're gonna level down just a little bit of this fat. This is a pretty lean piece of meat, and there's not a whole lot of fat on it, so I don't want to cut it all off, but this hard layer of fat, I just want to cut into it and get the top layer off, okay? Just like so. Okay. You always want to leave a little bit of fat on your brisket so it can stay moist. Look like I'm cutting down just a little bit too deep. But like I said, this one doesn't have a whole lot of fat on it to begin with. Angus is normally a pretty lean piece of beef, so you want to be careful how you cook it. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get this bad boy seasoned up. All right, guys, so here we have our Tsangs Szechuan spicy sauce we're using as a binder. You can pour a little bit on top of the back side of our brisket. Even though this is the fat side, you want to put seasoning on that too. You definitely want to make sure that everything is flavored down, okay? And now we're going to use our salty steer here. It's got some large pieces in it, and I'm going to be very heavy with it, so to make sure that we get a good flavor tasting to see exactly how this tastes. It's supposed to be perfect on beef, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to lay it on pretty heavy so we can get a nice crust or nice bark on our beef brisket, okay? Make sure we get the sides. Okay. Season all this up. Now the wood that we're going to be using today is we're going to be using a little bit of maple wood. So it should add a slight sweetness to the brisket. Not that you want it to be overly sweet, because I don't like sweetness with my beef. Although some people do put brown sugar in their rub for their beef. So, but I think the slight sweetness of the maple wood will probably do a good job at offsetting the saltiness and the spiciness of the Szechuan sauce and the salty steer. Okay. All right, there you have it. All good to go. We'll let it rest here for a few minutes, and we're gonna get her out on the Kamado. Hey, don't go nowhere. All right, guys, so we're finished with our cook. We took our brisket up to an internal temperature of 205 degrees, and it's ready to go. It's been wrapped up in the butcher paper that we use for the Texas crutch for about 45 minutes now. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. We're gonna see if it's still juicy, and we're gonna see what we got. So let's go ahead and take it out of this. All right. The paper is really, really juicy. Ooh, and there is juice everywhere. I'm gonna have this all over my counter, I see. And pick this up. See if I can get rid of this without making a total mess of my bar area. There we go. Boy, look at that bad boy. That is nice and juicy. Smells fantastic, okay? Can't wait to cut into this bad boy to see how it tastes, okay? So let's go ahead and cut into it. All right, so we got our knife here. We're gonna go ahead and cut into this bad boy. So the grain is going this way. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it against the grain like this. Hopefully we got a good smoke ring. It's really, really juicy, man. And it's really, really hot. Ooh, fingers are burning. All right. Let's see how pull apart this is. And it's still kind of tight. Still kind of tight. I wish I had let it set a little bit longer, but let's go ahead and have a taste test. All right, let's go ahead and have our taste test. It smells fantastic. The smell of that Szechuan, that Tsangs Szechuan spicy sauce, and this salty steer has a great aroma to it. It's really juicy. All right, let's see what we got as far as taste. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's a little bit salty. Probably the combination of the Szechuan sauce and the salty steer probably put it a tad bit over the salty line. It tastes very, very good. But next time, I guess I'll just use regular olive oil for a binder on any beef when I'm using this salty steer, because it's got a nice salty base to it. But it does taste really good. Let's go ahead and have a second taste. Yeah, it does taste fantastic. Like I said, it's just a tad, for me, it's just a tad over the salty line. So either back down on the rub a little bit, or just, like I said, not use any kind of binder except for the meat itself or some olive oil that wouldn't add any more taste. But the Kamado Joe performed fantastic. We were able to maintain a temperature of 252 degrees for quite some time, and the cook came out perfect. Okay, so like I said, once again, if you thinking about buying a Kamado Joe, don't hesitate. It's a great cooking device. It got some great smoke on here. It's got a nice smoke ring on here, and the beef tastes fantastic. Okay, I want to thank Joe Inskeep for sending us this salty steer. I'll try to put some contact information in the description block if you guys are interested in purchasing this. This tastes really good on beef. Like I said, I just wouldn't use any additional salty binders or anything in combination with this. It might have tasted better if I had put a little bit of brown sugar or something sweet on it. But once again, like I said, I don't like sweetness on my beef. So, well, that's all we have time for today. Hey, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Yep, LSU won again. They beat Mississippi State. So, hey, go Tigers. Hey, and until next time, guys, hey, we'll see you around the smoker.